Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a story that has captivated hearts and minds for over a century, the magnificent, yet tragic, tale of the RMS Titanic. Forget everything you thought you knew, because we're going on an immersive journey from its grand conception to its chilling demise. Imagine, if you will, the early 1900s. An era of incredible industrial advancement, grand dreams, and an almost boundless belief in human ingenuity. In this climate, White Star Line set out to build not just a ship, but a floating palace. An unsinkable marvel that would redefine luxury ocean travel. The Titanic wasn't just big, it was a statement. A bold declaration of man's triumph over nature. Every detail, from the grand staircase glistening with polished oak and gilded balustrades to the Turkish baths and fully equipped gymnasium, screamed opulence. First-class passengers enjoyed amenities that rivaled the finest hotels in London or New York. Private promenades, elegant dining saloons, and even a Persian-style cafe. This was more than just transportation, it was an experience designed to pamper the elite, a journey where every whim could be satisfied. But the luxury wasn't confined to the upper echelons. While not as extravagant, second-class accommodations were still superior to many first-class offerings on other liners, boasting comfortable cabins and dedicated dining areas. Even third-class, or steerage, offered a standard of cleanliness and comfort that was a significant improvement for many immigrants seeking a new life in America. The Titanic was a microcosm of society, a floating city carrying dreams, hopes, and aspiration across the vast Atlantic. It was a testament to the era's incredible engineering prowess, a behemoth constructed with the latest technology, double-bottomed, and fitted with watertight compartments designed to keep it afloat even if several sections were breached. This technological marvel fueled an almost intoxicating sense of invincibility, an unwavering belief that nothing could possibly go wrong. Unsinkable became the whispered mantra, repeated by newspapers and even some of its builders. This wasn't just marketing hype, it was a widespread conviction. The Titanic was the pinnacle of human achievement, a symbol of progress, and a testament to mankind's ability to conquer the elements. This hubris, this overwhelming confidence, would tragically play a pivotal role in its ultimate fate. There was a belief that the ship itself was its own best life raft, leading to a fateful decision to carry lifeboats for only about half of the people on board. Far fewer than required for a full complement, yet still exceeding the outdated regulations of the time. Who needed more lifeboats for an unsinkable ship, right? As April 1912 dawned, the Titanic, gleaming and majestic, embarked on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City. On board were some of the wealthiest and most influential people of the era, alongside thousands of immigrants, each with their own story and their own vision of the future. The initial days of the voyage were a blur of champagne, lavish dinners, and the gentle rocking of the ocean. Life on board was a dream, a bubble of gilded comfort against the vast, cold expanse of the Atlantic. The ship's powerful engines pushed it westward, aiming to set a new record for speed. Captain Edward Smith, a seasoned veteran of the White Star Line, was at the helm, commanding what was considered the safest ship ever built. But beneath the surface of this glittering facade, danger lurked. The North Atlantic was known for its icebergs in April, and warnings had been received by the Titanic's wireless operators throughout the day of April 14th. However, whether due to complacency, or rush to deliver passenger messages, or simply underestimation, many of these warnings either didn't reach the bridge promptly or weren't fully acted upon with the urgency they deserved. The ship steamed ahead at nearly full speed, a testament to its perceived invincibility, slicing through the icy waters. The air grew colder, signaling the presence of ice, yet the course remained largely unaltered. Then, at 11:40 p.m. on April 14th, the unthinkable happened. A lookout spotted an iceberg directly in their path. The warning was shouted, the engines reversed, and the helm turned hard to port, but it was too late. The massive ship, unable to maneuver quickly enough, grazed the iceberg along its starboard side. It wasn't a head-on collision, but a glancing blow that created a series of small, yet fatal, punctures below the waterline. The unsinkable ship had been fatally wounded. Panic didn't set in immediately. Many passengers initially felt a jolt, a shudder, and then an unsettling silence as the engine stopped. Some assumed it was a minor incident, perhaps a propeller issue. But the reality was far more grim. Water began pouring into the ship's forward compartments, far more than the Titanic's design could handle. The watertight compartments, designed to contain floods, were compromised from above, and the bulkheads did not extend high enough to prevent water from spilling over into adjacent sections as the boat dipped. Within minutes, the truth became chillingly clear: the Titanic was sinking. The officers quickly realized the gravity of the situation. Distress signals were sent, but help was hours away. The order was given to lower the lifeboats, but chaos soon ensued. The initial lowering of the boats was unorganized, many leaving half-empty as passengers hesitated to leave the warmth and perceived safety of the ship for the frigid, dark ocean. There was a general lack of training for both crew and passengers in emergency procedures, and the belief that the ship could not sink lingered even as its bow slowly began to dip into the water. The stark reality of the limited lifeboats began to sink in, literally, as the decks tilted and the grand ballroom became a scene of desperate struggle for survival. As the night wore on, the scene became increasingly tragic. The ship's band famously played on, attempting to maintain calm amidst the growing terror. Acts of incredible bravery and heartbreaking sacrifice unfolded. Husbands said goodbye to wives, parents made impossible choices, and strangers comforted one another in their final moments. The ship's lights, a beacon of life, flickered and eventually went out, plunging the scene into an even deeper, more terrifying darkness. At around 2:20 a.m. on April 15, just 2 hours and 40 minutes after striking the iceberg, the magnificent RMS Titanic, its stern rising high into the air, broke apart and plunged into the icy depths of the North Atlantic. The screams of hundreds of souls, struggling in the freezing water, echoed across the vast, dark ocean before falling into an eerie, icy silence. Only a handful of lifeboats returned to pick up survivors from the water, their occupants traumatized by the horrors they had witnessed. Of the estimated 2,224 passengers and crew on board, over 1,500 perished, swallowed by the ocean. The loss of life was staggering, sending shockwaves across the globe. The unsinkable ship had sunk, and with it, a generation's faith in humanity's absolute mastery over nature. The tragedy sparked immediate reforms in maritime safety, leading to international agreements on lifeboat requirements, 24-hour radio watch, and the establishment of the International Ice Patrol. It was a brutal lesson, paid for with thousands of lives, about the perils of hubris and the importance of preparedness. The wreck of the Titanic lies nearly 13,000 feet below the surface, a ghostly reminder of that fateful night. Discovered in 1985, it continues to fascinate and educate us. Its story is a powerful narrative about class distinctions, human courage, technological ambition, and the unforgiving power of nature. It reminds us that even the grandest creations are ultimately fragile in the face of the elements. It's a tale that continues to resonate because it speaks to universal themes of ambition, tragedy, and the enduring human spirit. What are your thoughts on the Titanic story? Did anything about its construction or its final hour surprise you? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this deep dive compelling, please hit that like button, subscribe for more historical journeys, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.